Hey, good morning. This is Derek Demore with Futures Demore and Futures Networks Live. We're here on Friday morning, kind of in the middle of rollover. So we've got about half, 50% of the contracts on the 321 contract. We've got about half on the 621. I'm sticking on the 321 until a little bit later, and then I'll switch over. I want to look at opening bell. I mean, we've definitely, since yesterday, we have gone down, down, down. We made a low down at 39.10. Ironically, that's about where I thought it was going to go. Pulled back up to just above a double tap, double bar on the 200 period, and now we've come back down to about a 618 retracement, or not quite a 618, about 50%. Opening bell basically looks short right now, so we went literally short right at 22.75. The indicators were right on a line where it really didn't tell us which way to go, but they technically were short at the last second. And so we took, so 22.75, first contract at 17.50 and the second contract at 16.25. So, let's just call it right in the middle at 17. So say 570, 525 or 575. So not a bad trade. All right, let's look at the other markets and see where we're going for the rest of the day. So interesting, the Russell M2K RTY, completely different look than the MES ES. We've been basically trending sideways, a little bit up, but we obviously had a big run up. We broke the all-time high yesterday at 10 o'clock, came back, tested it, popped right back up. This was the old all-time high in the red, just below the pivot point. Came up, made a nice move, came back down, tested it one more time, launched, went all the way up, set new all-time highs at 23.47, which I think I thought it might go to 23.60. I'll have to go back and listen, which it still might today, but went sideways, tested the 200 period again, pretty much has been living, bouncing off of that, making higher highs as it goes. So any pullback right here, anything long was good, could potentially pull back one more time to the 23.35, wait for a turnaround signal, and then retest the all-time highs at 23.47. We'll look at the dailies later. So very similar look to the MES ES, although still different. We're double tapping the low in the morning at 5. The 12.08, the 12.8 was a line in the sand on the longer term period. So if we break that, it could go down. Kind of looking to see if we have an Elliott Wave pattern, where you have was this the 5? That's the big question. Or was this kind of was this the 0 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, and now are we doing one more 5? So that's going to be the big question. I'm not a big Elliott Wave. I don't know that much about it, so we'll see. But this looks short right now. I mean, anything breaking this 12.898, or not 12.9, could go up to the 200, and there's a lot right at that, maybe at 12.931, and then a pullback to see if we're going to retest this one more time. So we'll go to the dailies and finish up. Thanks. All right, so the dailies, we obviously are, still way above we're on the MNQ, the NASDAQ. We're still well above the 200 period. We haven't touched it in a long time. It came down, came close. The big question is, are we going to stay above? And, right now we're kind of in a turnaround in an up channel, although we're kind of testing the lows. So this 12.8 to me is the spot. If we close anywhere near the 12.8 or below it, kick over, we're most likely going to try to retest the 200 period. Now, if we go and finish, somewhere up in this region, anything above 13, kick over, we could still come down, but then it looks like we're going and testing 13.3 again, 13.325 area. All right, next. And obviously the Russell, still really bullish. The wick didn't even come down. It maybe gave a 25% pullback. Are we going to retest the break out of the old all-time high on the daily? Yeah, most likely, but it looks like it might push up. And this is where I thought, literally I said, hey, you know, in the dailies, we could get to 2365, which is, you know, still in the cards if we break the all-time high of 2347. Now, is that going to happen today? I don't know, but this is the most bullish chart I see. Could pull back to, you know, maybe the R1 or anything above the 23, the old 2317 that stays above it, kicks over the next day. Hopefully, you know, it could still be bullish and going up to new all-time highs. So let's go to the MES and close it out. All right, ES-MES, different look. Basically, you know, failed attempt at a double tap on the all-time high at 39.59 and a quarter, kicked over, basically gapped up a little bit, went up first and then went down, which is what we talked about yesterday. Now, kind of this area, is this going to be the 39.10 area? Is that going to be it? Or are we going to go back and retest it today? There's kind of a solid candlestick gap that we've filled, but we haven't closed. So this one's a little dubious right now. I'd be, you know, anything above the 30, I think is where it was, 39.30 on the 60-minute. If you want to look at that real quick, I think that's pretty telling. We did come up. So is this the new, you know, if I fix this, is this the new Elliott Wave? That looks about right, because look, you got the line right there. Like, that is perfect. So this looks like the top, and then a pullback to a finish Elliott Wave 5. All right, thanks. Thanks for having my Friday with me. This is Derek Demore, Futures Demore, and Futures Networks Live. Talking fast, try to get it short. Have a great weekend.